Well, junkyard trans may be done for? Question mark? We're not really sure what just happened.
What's up, guys? Show344 here, bringing you another vlog. I guarantee for me this is gonna be the last track day of the year. It's middle of October, and I got an opening on a Sunday to go hit the track. It's like 50 degrees out, so it's like perfect weather. It's not too humid, so we're gonna hit the track, load this thing up with the MS-109, and as always, see if we can hit that 12 today. If you saw my last video, I did the tuning for it. Did the tuning for MS-109, and I did a full weight pull, and it was just about as cold as it is now. DA might have been a little better, and full weight ran like 13.2, so we're gonna see what this thing does with the track today. On the radial, 2-wheel drive launching. Last time I ran it at the track, last time I ran at the track in good weather, I didn't have the shocks, so I couldn't launch very hard, and I ran a 13.1, and that was on 93. So I don't want to sit there and tell myself I'm getting excited, because I always do that, and then I always disappoint myself, but got a good shot today. Everything's loaded up. We're gonna get heading to Lapeer. All right, guys, as always, made it to the track. This is absolutely by far the non-busiest we've ever been to a track before. Only vehicles here we see are that Mustang, ZR1, Monte Carlo. Or could show up. It's a bracket day. It's cold. It's a bracket test and tune day. But that's great for us. So, gonna go ahead and, as always, get this thing switched over. Throw the MS-109 in it and make some hits. All right, we got this thing in race mode. Brian brought up a good point. I'm actually not. I got like maybe 2.5 gallons of 93 still in it, so I'm not gonna put the 109 in it first. I'm gonna set it on the track as is, see what it does, get some idea about, it's cold as heck today, so I'm gonna make sure these can hook up what they're at in the shock settings and all that, and not waste my 109 fuel, and see what it does on 93. And then when I come back, I'll throw some 109 in it and flash the other tune. So.
So Ryan is guessing that he ran a 13.23 and I say 13.14, so I guess we'll see what he actually ran.
Track ain't very sticky, it's cold.
Yeah, it's a good weather day except for maybe wind, but
Track could be warmer.
So you don't even know what you ran yet?
No, I kind of figured.
My draggy says 13.3. Yeah, let's go up and spin a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I did.
The other guy spun. Oh,
well, the other side's not prepped.
Yeah, I know, but there ain't much prep on that side either.
I guess 13.14.
This is still 93, so it ain't gonna.
13.2?
13.29.
That means on the different gas, you're totally gonna get 12.
Yeah. 180.60, so I might hit 1.7s on my.
Got another yellow slip there.
What do you mean?
Yellow slip means loser.
Oh, yeah, well that happens. Not bad 93 run. Alright, so yeah, 13.29, 180.60 foot, 99 mile an hour, so it's down a mile an hour, but I'm gonna load the 109 tune And since I made the video with tuning for 109, FRP did send me another log and raised the, it looks like second and third gear shift points even more.
Yeah, it's dropped about 10 degrees outside.
Yeah, so this might be a good one. We're gonna find out. All right, she's idling all right. I think it's starting to circulate through, so I'm gonna go up and make another one.
They don't need much water now.
That was so bad.
That was 12.
13.6.
Yeah.
My drag said
What was your mile an hour on your last pass?
99.
Oh, same. It's fun
It's
hard.
good for spinning, I guess.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's fun hard too.
I'm gonna drop pressure because it lit them up immediately.
Yeah,
That wasn't like a loss of tire at the suspension. I'm gonna drop pressure and probably go back to the groove.
Don't know if I want to look at it yet. Ah, that looks like it was a lot faster than 13.3. That sucks.
Well, that ain't it. Well, that ain't it. That ain't it.
13.3.
What the frick? It shattered on a smidge.
It was a lot better though.
Yeah, it definitely was. What the heck? All right, let this thing cool down a little bit. Put another click of compression in the shock because I couldn't tell if I felt it shatter or not that last run. Way better than the one before, but
It kind of looked like it did a little bit.
so put a click in and gonna try it again.
of hold a little bit when you starting line will come down, you'll actually have a little water and wash.
Gotcha. All right.
So before you make a suspension change, I'll go and try to do it, but
Okay.
I'll line you up for it.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Like yourself, you know what I mean? Run him up!
Well, Junkyard Trans may be done for? Question mark? We're not really sure what just happened. I don't know if we should be smiling because it's not a good thing, but
Go like, yeah.
and it was such a good hook too. I'm so bummed. Well, when in doubt, smile it out, I guess.
We got her.
Um,
We need a ride instead.
we're gonna need a ride home. Hopefully not, but oh man, sounds expensive. His reaction as to what the heck just happened. What happened?
I launched and I just heard under the truck.
We
I'm like,
didn't. Yeah, we did not hear that at all.
So I let off and I'm like, and I look back and I'm like, I'm thinking the drive shaft just blew. And then I'm like, I hit the gas a little bit and it moves. I'm like, what the heck? So because I pulled over, I didn't know if I blew something up. And then I hit the gas harder and it didn't do it. And I did like 2 hard hits on the return lane. Didn't do anything.
It left hard.
Frick yeah, it did.
It left
It feels, I think it shattered him a little bit. I don't know if my drive shaft was hitting the,
You can jack up the muck.
the thing or
Yeah,
not, but
jack.
it just, I'm like, holy cow.
Everyone was like, "What happened?" They're like, "He hooked."
Someone really said it. They're like,
Yeah, I know. They're all like, he didn't spin."
I don't know. I got a video. Smacking around down here. I was like, uh-oh.
That really sucks because that hook was so
I know.
good. That would have been such a good run.
I'll do it again. I just stopped because I'm like, I just heard something just knocking like crazy.
We were like, Junkyard Trans.
Did hit. It did? Yeah, it sure did. That's what it was. Yeah, if there's a mark right here on the weld, and then the bolts got a good nick out of it. That's what it was. I don't know if it's just because I launched so hard. It left great. That it flexed weird or something.
You get a 60-foot time on it?
No, I didn't have the drag yet. Oh, I guess it would. The slip would be up there.
Slip would.
Yeah, it hit.
Not already.
Oh, heck yeah.
It left hard.
13.2 still?
Didn't do much better out back though.
Come on.
They got out hard though. Make any noises?
Nope.
It almost looked like it wrinkled the tires, I think. The front end came up so quick, I thought I was gonna lift the tire up for a second. I'm like, wow. Dude, I mean, the nose went bang, and went up like, whoa, holy cow.
I hate going up there especially after spinning so many times, because as soon as I let off the brake, all I can think of is I'm just waiting to sit there and see if it's gonna chatter or not. And then it doesn't. It's not like I let off the gas at all, but I'm like, oh, okay.
You don't want to chicken foot it?
Yeah.
No, even the guys up there like, okay, set the tire. I'm like, 14, 15 inch. She's like, yeah, it looked good that time. I'm like, yeah, it looked good.
They're probably higher now, but that was 16.
That was 16.
Mm-hmm. And that was like,
That's a good spot for him though.
that was like $3,000. Yeah, I left at
Probably say close to 3.
about 32.
When you left, you could see the rear end like pick up when you're on the brake.
Yeah, 3,200 RPM, which I was actually kind of surprised it took that.
No, do it again. That left good that time.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we got a PB for a 60 foot.
I mean, don't see it on the time slip that much. Actually, what did it mile an hour?
99.
How did it mile an hour 102 on the street that one day then?
Taller tires, maybe.
Oh, well. Yeah, that would make your effective gear ratio
Longer.
Or, yeah,
yeah.
longer.
All right, letting it cool down. I actually ended up flashing in the other tune, the one where I did my draggy runs, my best draggy runs. Maybe at 6,900 to 7,000 RPMs, it's floating the valves and worth a shot. It ran really good on the second to last revision that he sent me. So I loaded that one in, put a little bit more MS-109 in it. And we're gonna let it get as best as a cool down as it can and then try it again. This thing's driving me nuts. Alright, well, I was getting sick of the spinning issue, and it's cold out and whatnot, and not the last run you saw, but the one before that, did the same thing again. Drive shaft was just cranking the drive shaft loop, so I'll have to do some messing with that, but put it back on my 20s, and I'm leaving the seat out and the tailgate out. And I'm gonna go do a 4-wheel drive launch in the 20s. I don't have the other two of these to be able to run 4-wheel drive on these. This is all I got, but screw it. I'm gonna try it, see what it does anyways.
Can't hurt.
I spun in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, I think you did. It's raining a little bit too now.
Yeah.
You don't really want to see it.
classic.
Well,
I gotta pee, I'll be back.
maybe next year?
Get on an 8-speed next year. I was trying to get 12s with a 6-speed, but it didn't want to.
It was a good run. It's starting to rain now. It's getting a little cold.
Well, boys, that's it. No 12-second pass for the 6-speed. I don't know what. Heck, when I draggied one of my runs, it was actually, the draggy showed slower than what the track did. So I don't know what it had in it. That night I did the full weight pass. Maybe before the end of the year I'll drop the weight and I'll put my all 4 corners, the small tires in all 4 corners, and do a launch with the MS-109, but track wise, no 12 for the track. Well guys, hopefully you stayed till this point in the video, and if you have, don't click off yet. Because in the video I just edited it, and I never fully explained what actually happened with the truck. So while we were at the track, like I said a couple of times, I had the instance where I did the launch and the drive shaft was actually hitting the loop. And in my head I just thought, we threw this loop together for this event I did in July that required me to have a loop. So we kind of threw this loop together. I got this universal one and we welded it up and put it on just so I could literally just do the event, and I left it on because it's not a bad thing to have. I just thought it was like the loop was beginning to like come saggy or something, or maybe the bolts were loosening up because I haven't touched it since like June. So I just figured the loop was the issue. It's not. I'm gonna show you this video here real quick. As you can see in this video, when I launch, I don't remember what launch this was. I don't know if this was the one where the loop hit where the shaft was coming in contact with the loop or not. Either way, when this video slowed down, sorry it's vertical, but when I slow this video down, if you actually watch the wheel and tire during the launch, it shakes back and forth pretty bad. And it's not just one side doing this, it's both sides at once. The rear end is definitely moving somehow, and it's gotten a lot worse because it never did this. When I put the loop on when me and Ryan put the loop on in like middle of July, I did an event that weekend, and I did like 15, 16 launches that whole weekend, and it never did it. And then I obviously beat the crap out of it through the whole summer. And then I did the first couple of launches on the radial in the beginning of this video, and it didn't do it. And then it did it twice during this racing video. And then a couple days later, I did this. And that entire drift around the corner, the rear end of the drive shaft loop was making contact with the drive shaft. Now it's not like that big of a deal, the loop hitting, because there's this weld on the drive shaft that's like sticking out further, and it's not like it's moving a ton. The weld is already about this close to one of the bolts. If the truck wasn't lowered, I'd show you. Just a pain to get under there. But there's just a weld that's really close to the drive shaft loop bolt head, and the rear end is flexing just enough that it's actually making contact with the weld is making contact with the bolt head. The reason I talked about that drift is because it kind of confirms, at first I was like, maybe something, I was talking to a couple people and I'm like, maybe something's flexing, maybe the rear end's flexing or shifting weird when I launch really hard. But doing that drift, I mean, once the wheels are spinning, it doesn't have a lot of load on it's got load on the rear end, but not as much as like a hard dead hook launch. And if I was drifting around the corner and I'm spinning to the right and my rear end is being pushed the opposite way, my rear end is being pushed into the left, I'm like,
that rear end is definitely moving. And if you watch this video, actually, again, I'm gonna bring the video up again of launching the track. If you watch hard enough, you can see the lower control arm where it bolts to the bracket on the rear end. That actually shifts too. I pretty much determined what it is. I mean, this thing's a 2012 and it's got stock 4-link parts in it with 176,000 miles on it, gone through the winter and everything. And I'm getting to that point where I'm not making a lot of power, but I'm launching at 3,200 RPM with 392 gears. The truck's, for a four-door truck, the truck's getting out pretty decently. And it's flexing those control arms just enough. So I've still got stock upper and lower control arms. I've still got a stock panhard bar. I've still got stock sway bar. So I definitely 100% need to upgrade to get some adjustable upper and lower control arms, get a panhard bar. And I'm gonna check too and just kind of lift the truck up and see if I can see if any of the bushings are actually whopped out in the control arms or the panhard bar or anything like that. But nonetheless, it needs arms. It needs upper and lower arms, it needs panhard bar and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you couldn't tell at the end of the video, I was pretty bummed. Just because I really wanted to get, I mean, this truck's gonna run at 12 eventually, obviously, because everything, I'm just gonna make a car better and faster as you go. But I was just really hoping, I don't know why I was so dead set on getting this 6-speed trans into the 12s. I mean, 6-speed trans in these trucks are so garbage that I was really hoping that, you know, you can put a 6-speed single cab, 2-wheel drive single cab into the 12s a lot easier than you can a 4-wheel drive 4-door. You know, a lot of people some people give me crap for saying, oh, every time I list off what it is, I say it's a 4-wheel drive 4-door 6-speed. Because you can have a 2-wheel drive 2-door 8-speed Ram, or you can have a 4-door 4-wheel drive 6-speed Ram, and the difference is terrible. If this is your first video, or if you haven't been watching lately, I am 8-speed swapping this thing this winter. So I really wanted to get the 6-speed into the 12s because I don't see it being a problem with the 8-speed. But yeah, I was bummed. But you know, it is what it is. That's just how stuff is, and I don't know. I'm not sitting here blaming Flying Ride Performance that the truck didn't run at 12, because I put on an MS-109 solely out of just, I wanted to see if it would help. I figured it couldn't hurt, and when we did the tuning and I did the draggy logs, it seemed like it picked up a lot, especially those were all full weight. Something could have been going on, and the rear end could have been the biggest problem. You know, even though it did finally dip into the 1.7s, 1.79 for the 60 foot, so it was definitely getting out harder. It just didn't seem like it was building any more power going on the track. That's kind of stuff that happens. So we'll be back and better next year. Goals for this are the 8-speed swap, and then springtime comes around, I'm going to do all I can to buy a car and also be racing a car next year too. So hopefully have 2 vehicles to be giving you guys content on next year. And like I said, I'm not done with this thing this year. I still got like 3 gallons of MS-109 left over. If I get the opportunity, I'm gonna throw it on. Like I said, I'm gonna pull all the weight out of it and throw it on the small 28 tires I can 4-wheel drive launch with and take it out in Mexico and drag it and see if I hit a 12 on the drag. It's still not gonna be as cool, but at least it'll be something. Hope you guys enjoyed the racing series this year. There wasn't a lot of it, but sometimes that's just how it is. After this video, we already got Ryan's cam done in his Denali, his 6.2. So we got that motor done, and that thing's pretty bitchin'. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the next couple of videos coming out, because that's what the next couple of videos are gonna be on. And otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next vlog.